Hey there, folks. Tonight we're diving deep into the murky waters of corporate America, where things aren't always as they seem. Our target? Capital One, the credit card giant known for its catchy commercials and, apparently, a knack for allegedly misleading its customers. That's right, Capital One is facing accusations of a massive bait-and-switch scheme involving its savings accounts, potentially costing customers a staggering $2 billion in earned interest. Now, we all know banks aren't exactly known for their generosity, but this is a whole new level of, we're not mad, just disappointed. So buckle up as we unpack this financial fiasco, complete with misleading marketing, hidden product offerings, and a healthy dose of government intervention. This is one story you won't want to miss, because let's be honest, trying to understand the intricacies of banking regulations is about as enjoyable as a root canal. But hey, at least we'll have some laughs along the way, right? Here's the gist. Capital One stands accused of playing fast and loose with the truth, allegedly misleading millions of customers about the interest rates on their 360 savings accounts. These accounts, marketed as a simple and convenient way to save, were touted as having top, best, or highest interest rates. Sounds great, right? Well, here's the catch. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, the financial watchdog you've probably never heard of, but should definitely be paying attention to, claims Capital One conveniently forgot to mention a teeny-tiny detail. While they were busy bragging about their high interest rates, they were actually keeping those rates artificially low, even as national interest rates climbed higher than a squirrel on caffeine. Sneaky Capital One. Now the CFPB isn't one to let corporate shenanigans slide. On January 14, 2025, they slapped Capital One with a lawsuit so big it could make your head spin. We're talking allegations of violating the Consumer Financial Protection Act of 2010 and the Truth in Savings Act. That's right, Capital One, you've officially angered the financial gods, and they are not pleased. The CFPB is coming after them with everything they've got, seeking civil penalties, restitution for affected customers, and probably one of those giant novelty checks they use for photo ops. Capital One, of course, is singing a different tune. They're crying foul, claiming the lawsuit is nothing more than a politically motivated attack. But let's be real, folks. When was the last time a corporation admitted to wrongdoing without a fight? This is where things get even more interesting. See, Capital One offers not one but two different types of online savings accounts. The 360 savings account, the one at the center of this whole mess, and the 360 performance savings account. The performance savings account, as its name subtly suggests, offers a significantly higher interest rate than its less impressive sibling. We're talking a difference of almost 15 times higher at one point. So what's the problem? Well, Capital One conveniently forgot to tell its existing 360 savings customers about this magical higher-yielding option. Oops, they're bad. Section 5. Dissecting the discrepancy, 360 savings versus performance savings. Let's break it down, shall we? As of January 2025, the 360 savings account was offering a paltry interest rate of just under 0.5%. To put that into perspective, you'd earn more interest by sticking your cash under your mattress. Meanwhile, the 360 performance savings account was sitting pretty at a much healthier 3.74%. That's a difference that could actually make a dent in your avocado toast budget. But here's the kicker. Capital One allegedly instructed its branch employees to keep mum about the performance savings account. Unless a customer specifically asked about it, they were left in the dark, blissfully unaware they were missing out on some serious interest-earning potential. Section 6. Capital One's defense, a vigorous denial. Now, you didn't think Capital One would just roll over and accept defeat, did you? Of course not. They've come out swinging, expressing disappointment with the lawsuit and claiming they plan to vigorously defend themselves in court. They argue that the 360 performance savings account was widely marketed, and its terms were completely transparent. Basically, they're saying, it's not our fault our customers can't read the fine print. But let's be real, folks. Most people don't have the time or the desire to wade through pages upon pages of financial jargon. We've got better things to do, like trying to figure out what the heck a blockchain is or watching paint dry. Section 7 CFPB director doesn't hold back cheating families. The CFPB director Rohit Chopra isn't buying Capital One's excuses, he's calling them out for what he believes they are, a bunch of corporate bullies preying on unsuspecting customers. Chopra accused Capital One of cheating families out of billions of dollars, and criticized banks in general for baiting people with promises they can't live up to. He's basically the financial equivalent of that teacher you had in high school, who always caught you passing notes in class, except instead of detention, he's handing out multi-million-dollar lawsuits. Section 8 system outage adds fuel to the fire. As if the lawsuit wasn't enough, Capital One decided to add another log to the fire. In mid-January 2025, they experienced a system outage so massive, it made the internet weep. For 3 excruciating days, customers were unable to access their accounts, make deposits, or even buy their morning coffee with their Capital One cards. It was like the financial apocalypse had arrived. Capital One blamed the outage on a technical issue with a service provider, because when it comes to accepting responsibility, it's always someone else's fault, right? Section 9. Stock performance and analyst predictions. What's next? You'd think that a lawsuit and a system meltdown would send Capital One's stock price plummeting faster than a lead balloon. But this is Wall Street we're talking about, where logic goes to die. Despite the drama, Capital One's stock actually rose by about 10% during the week of the lawsuit. Go figure. Analysts are divided on what the future holds for Capital One. Some believe the lawsuit will drag on for years, while others predict a settlement is more likely. But one thing's for sure, this scandal has tarnished Capital One's reputation and left many customers feeling betrayed. So the next time you see one of those catchy Capital One commercials, remember things aren't always as they seem, and always read the fine print.